troops, Jeff Bowders here with Drum Discipline Academy, and today we're going to use a classic fusion book for our groove construction. It's going to be a fun one, so let's get after it. Now before we get into the lesson, make sure to hit the link so you can download your free PDF. We're going to cover a lot of really cool information in this lesson, so I want you to have that so you can absorb it all into your drumming DNA, all right? So do it now! The inspiration for today's groove construction comes from a classic, highly regarded fusion book that's been really popular in educational circles for decades now. This book is called Advanced Concepts by the late, great Kim Plainfield. Kim was just a master drummer, master educator, teaching both at Berklee College of Music and at the Drummers Collective in New York City. This book isn't necessarily a method book per se, but rather it's like an encyclopedia of just really, really useful concepts that'll help you navigate in just a wide variety of musical environments. So if you haven't checked this book out, you gotta do it. So we're gonna use this really basic and popular hand pattern that you can find on page 26, it's exercise 5. And we're gonna use this relatively simple hand pattern to explore a lot of different groove options today. It's gonna be really cool. All it is, it's just alternating right, left, 16th notes. The left hand is just gonna play ghost notes on the snare, while the right hand is gonna move back and forth between the hi-hat and the snare. The only thing that we're not gonna play is beats 1 and 3. We're gonna rest on those, all right? So let's get comfortable with this hand pattern first. This is exercise 1A on your PDF.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3.
So once you get comfortable with that hand pattern, it's time to start adding the bass drum. Yes, the groove generator. Everyone knows the bass drum creates the groove, all right? So the kick pattern that we're gonna play is, we're gonna play on beat 1, we're gonna play on the of 1, we're gonna play on beat 3, and we're gonna play on the of 3, and we're also gonna play the E of 4. I know that sounds like a lot, sounds crazy, so I'm just gonna demo it first, just playing kick and snare only, kick and the backbeat, really. And then I'll add the hand pattern to it so you can hear it all together. The thing I want to caution you with though is whenever you have to play a bass drum with a ghost note on the snares, to make sure there's no flamming going on there. This happens a lot with my students. I watch it all the time with my own playing. Just because it's a soft note doesn't mean it doesn't have value. It has value. And if we're playing it with another limb at that same time, it's got to be together, all right? So make sure those notes are together. So check it out. This is 1B. Let's do it.
3, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1.
All right, now we're going to transition from those layered grooves to some linear grooves. So basically, we're going to play that exact same beat we just played. The only thing we're going to do is remove those ghost notes that line up with the bass drum. So this actually might be a little bit easier. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to accent the E of 3 on the snare. So far, we've been playing it as a ghost note, but now we want to have a little bit more syncopation, a little bit more movement within this groove. So we're going to accent that. All right, so let's check it out. This is 2A.
2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, to spice up this linear groove just a little bit, we're gonna apply some 30-second note doubles to the end of the phrase, all right? So on beat 4, we're just gonna double up the and the So that's gonna be hat, hat, snare, snare. It's pretty close to a 5-stroke roll, right, right, left, right. But in this case, that last right would naturally fall on beat 1. Since beat 1 is a bass drum, we can't use a hand because that would break all of the linear laws and we would be thrown into linear drumming jail or something like that. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to focus on the and of beat 4. Let's check it out. This is 2B.
2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, final step, here we go. This is the orchestrations. This is my favorite. We're gonna take our linear groove, that linear groove from 2A, and now we're just gonna voice it a little bit differently. So actually the only thing we're gonna change is really beat 2, the 4/16 notes on beat 2. Before, on 2A, we were playing snare drum, ghost note, hi-hat, ghost note. That was 2E and A. But now we're gonna voice it as tom 3, ghost note, snare, tom 1. All right, so this is going to be fun, but it's the same coordination, like I said. So don't let the voicings freak you out. Nothing is changing. The only thing that's really changing is what we're hearing. Physically, pretty much the same thing, all right? So take your time with this. We'll take it slow first and then really, really play it with conviction. That's what's going to make this groove sound awesome. All right, so let's check it out. This is 3A.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, here it is, our final constructed groove. This is going to be fantastic. We're just going to add those 30-second note doubles from groove 2B, and then we're also going to add a saucy hi-hat opening on the and of 1. It's going to be really, really cool. So one thing I want you to focus on too is obviously play it slow first so that you really understand what hand is playing what voice, and you're playing with conviction. You're playing with articulation. And if we can't really hear what we're playing, if it's kind of muddy, what's the point? Why are we playing this? We want to be able to hear every single note. So when you take it slow and you be mindful of every note you play, that's how you're going to get that feeling. That's how you're going to get that voice and that sound that we're looking for, all right? So don't rush ahead. Don't try to play it faster than you can. Just have a little bit of patience and play it with integrity, all right? That's the goal. Here, let's check it out. This is 3B.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2.
Now, one of the most effective ways that I want you to practice these grooves is by playing them with grooves you're already familiar with. If you notice, when I've demoed some of these grooves, I'll play the constructed groove and then I'll transition into maybe a more basic groove, a groove that I'm more comfortable with, and then back into that constructed groove. I think that's a really effective way to practice, because once you get comfortable moving back and forth between a newer idea with an older familiar idea, and that starts to get easier, I think it's a really good indicator that you're starting to internalize this new idea, and it's really becoming a natural part of your own drumming vocabulary. And as always, if this lesson helped inspire or ignite some new concept that you can apply to some of your grooves, can you please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Myself and this channel, we would really, really appreciate it. That would be awesome. And also leave me a comment. Actually, let me know what some of your favorite classic drum books are. All right, troops, let's wrap this one up. If you don't have this book already, Advanced Concepts by Kim Plainfield, go out and get it today. It'll open up a lot of cool doors for you. I know you'll love it, all right? And just buy drum books. Just go out and buy some drum books. It's an investment that you won't regret, I guarantee it, okay? So until next time, stay focused, practice with purpose. We'll see you soon.